Hi, and welcome back to In It Together with Wayne and Sharon Gill, where we talk about the hard and the soft side of business. So, Wayne, we've been talking about purpose-centered leadership.
Yes.
And I want to share a quick story with you. So, this past weekend, I was on a photo shoot, and I was discussing purpose-centered leadership and the issues and the challenges that we have with management.
Yes.
And the videographer actually said to me, "Hey, I hate to interrupt you, but this is the reason why I'm leaving my company." I said, "Why?"
Yeah.
He said, "Because managers are not doing what you're saying right now, and they get trained, but they do not walk the talk."
Yeah.
They do not walk the talk.
Yeah, and I suppose that's never happened to anyone watching this broadcast, right? You've never gone to a seminar and got all pumped up to do the materials, but then never implemented it, or you've never had some training by your company and you followed it for maybe a week, if so much, and then afterwards the training just kind of floated away. I'm sure that's never happened to you guys.
I'm
but
guilty.
but I know that both of us have been guilty,
Yes.
and I know that's a major issue,
Yeah.
right? It's one thing to go to the seminar, get the materials. It's quite another thing to get those managers to actually do what's in the training. And so, Sharon, how do purpose-centered leaders get it done?
Well, there's a couple of things that jump to mind.
Yeah.
I think it's time to revisit the 360 review process.
And what's that?
The 360 review process in a nutshell is having managers reviewed by, upper management,
Yes.
their bosses, but also by the people who they are leading.
Right.
It puts a lot more accountability in the process. I know when we implemented it at the law firm, managers were in shock when they heard some of the things coming from the floor, and it wasn't malicious.
Right.
But they were in blind spots because managers typically work to please their bosses.
Yes.
Let's face it, it's the bosses who are actually giving them the raise and the promotion. But a lot of times they don't really work for the good of the employees.
Yes.
With the purpose-centered company,
Yes.
this is one of the things I would push. I push. Having managers really invest in the staff.
Yeah,
And
the subordinates of the staff, they're
Absolutely.
also a
Absolutely.
customer, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes. And having those subordinates, those staff members be part of the review process. And the second thing I think that could address the issue that young man talked about, where
Yes.
managers are trained, but they don't walk the walk, is to have the HR department become more involved in this process.
Well, some people hate when the HR department
I know.
gets involved, right? It's like, oh, who's going to get in trouble, so to speak?
That's true.
So flush that out for me a little bit.
But HR has evolved a lot over the last 20 years. They used to be persona non grata,
Yeah, the
but now
police.
they're doing a lot more. They're doing a lot more in training and development and
Yes.
employee appreciation. And I think we could add this one other segment to what they do. And it's when a leader comes in to do training, or a leadership group,
Yes.
is to have some accountability built in the system where the HR department, someone from the HR team, is looking to see, is the manager implementing what they were taught?
Right.
For example, manager may be told, hey, have regular meetings with your team.
Right.
Have regular incentives. And they may do that for the first month or so. But after a while, when no one's looking, that peters out.
Right.
But if it's the HR's job, or that particular person in the HR's department's job to have quarterly checkups
Yes.
before the 360 review. We used to call this process month at a glance,
Right.
Where at a glance in a month we can see how we're doing. So there's no big surprise at the review process.
The review process, yes.
Put that piece in HR's hand where they are actually monitoring and the implementation of the training that they're spending on.
Yes.
It's like a strategic plan. It's like a strategic plan. We do a strategic plan, but nobody looks at it. Nobody
We
implements
pack it up until next year.
Until next year.
when we do the plan again, yeah.
That's what happened in management traiing
Yeah.
and leadership nowadays.
Yeah.
So I know managers may not be happy with me right now. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Yes.
But I really think that we can all do better as managers, but we all need accountability.
Yes. It's one thing getting it on paper.
Yeah.
It's one thing hanging the certificate on the wall.
Yep.
It's another thing putting it into action. It's where the rubber really meets the road in your leadership, is where you are acting upon the principles that you're learning and seeing the transformation occur in your people and therefore in the organization, right? And then outward to the customers, to the community, writ large.
And this is exactly why I'm passionate about purpose and leadership, and why I want to keep training on it.
Awesome. Hey, well, why don't you give us some of your feedback and thoughts as to what you're doing in your organizations to see that implementation and get past the lip service. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of
In It Together with
Wayne
and Sharon. Take care.
All right, cheers.